Okay, example 6. Example 6. I lost the whole video. H of x equals 3 minus 1/2 secant, it's their fault. Secant x equal, and k of x equals 4. In the xy plane, what are the x coordinates of the points of intersections of graph h and k for 0 to 2 pi? Points of intersection. So again, we're going to set h of x equal to k of x. My Algebra 2 class right now is learning functions, and they have different names, h, k, f, g, and they're like freaking out. What do I do if it's h of x? I'm like, do we all walk around and say, hello, I'm Fred? No, we all have different names. It's really okay. It's really okay. I'm Fred, and you're Fred, and we're all Fred. No, no, no. We have new names. Okay, so we set them equal to one another. Isolate the trig function. So we're going to minus 3 first. Negative 1/2 of secant x equals 1. We're going to multiply by negative 2. So secant of x is equal to negative 2. Put that over 1 on both sides. That may be a better visual for how we're flipping this, right? If I put both sides over 1. I'm not saying anything new algebraically. They're both over 1.
Now this will give you cosine inverse, right?
Okay, so 1 over secant gives me cosine of x equal to negative 1/2. 1 over secant over 1. So I'm flipping it, and I'm calling it 1 over secant equals 1 over negative 2. And 1 over secant is cosine. Following that better? 1 over secant is cosine. So now I'm left with x is equal to cosine inverse of negative 1/2, which says at what angle is my leg length for cosine, so we're x value, negative 1/2. It's a short, negative shorts. 2 pi over 3. Good. 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. All right, last one. Last one. Yeah, throw it in your calculator. For reals. Example 7. It says P of x equals. Hold on. Well, there's still. Let P of x equal 3 minus 1.7 cotangent 0.5x minus 1. In the xy plane, what are the coordinates of... What are the coordinates of x, where P of x equals 2? So what are we wanting to do here? Plug in 2? Plug in 2? Plug in 2? Set P of x equal to 2. That's two different things, okay? A lot of times we miss this because we do, either we plug in the 2, that would be P of 2 equals question mark. But that's not what this says. This says find P of x equal to 2. Come on now. Your AP pre-cal. We got to not make that mistake, right? I did just trick you. That's my job. So 3 minus 1.7 cotangent of 0.5x minus 1 equal to 2. So if I were you, I would throw both in my grapher, and I would find that point of intersection. And it may intersect more than once. So how do I know which one to pick? You got to be between 0 and 2 pi. Well, what's 2 pi? 6-ish, 6.28. So you know if you go beyond 6, don't pick that one. Right? Graph it. Put both functions in your grapher. Right now you need the first one in F1. This piece goes in F1. And this piece goes in F2. curse words. Okay, so your two functions should look sort of like this. Sort of. That's okay. It's a phase shift. Yeah, it's fine. It's shifted. And flipped. It's fine. Something like this. Right? And we're finding the x-axis, x value for where those two things intersect. Anybody got a number yet? X equals 4. I got 0.078. If you have to round to 3 decimals, y'all hear me on this. This is why we're doing this. If you have to round to 3 decimals for precision, and your calculator kicks out 4.08, I did a little workaround on that where I stored that X value, and then I went and typed it on my home screen and pushed enter just so I could see maybe 4 decimals, 5 decimals. You see what I'm saying? Because if it rounds to 4.08 and you're not in a place where you can figure out the settings to make that better, rig it. Store that number, go type it on your home screen and see what it actually is. Yeah. Are we cool with that? Okay. Any questions on this lesson? Truett asked earlier in this step right here, am I dividing by cosine on both sides? No. You are taking the inverse of cosine to get rid of cosine x. Okay, so this is cosine inverse. Completely different. Yeah. We don't divide by cosine.